This is where the municipalities are being scammed and where the federal funding violations are taking place.
All right, Jim?
Now my question is, could you please elaborate on what you mean by state of or county of? Presumably you mean corporation, but I just wasn't clear about the terminology you're using.
The state of and the county of and municipality is their fictitious entity. They had to create it in order to scam the federal funding. Because when you're coming in, and I'll get into how they did this, because back in the 1600s, when we're going to talk about the colonies were not colonies as we were allowed to believe. The colonies were a corporation. And when we had the Revolutionary War, the agreement is that that corporation had to stay intact and that the states took on the corporate name. Because the corporation of Carolinas with Carolinas, Virginia, Delaware, New Jersey, New York, these were business names.
Business corporations.
And
then the states took them on.
Can I add one thing to that?
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Okay, pass the mic up. Pass the mic up if you're there.
You need it on the mic. And I'll add that too, that all these corporations are all tied into down in Bradstreet in Delaware.
Yes.
Because that's why when we take these lands and we pull them back into the private side, we take them up to Delaware, we can file them. Actually, you can file them in any county where they'll accept it. Because a lot of these clerks will give you a hard time about it because the lawyers understand what we're doing and what's going on at the county level. And it's pulling our hair out.
See what?
Let me clarify again, Ron. We have the federal, we have state of, we have county of, and we have city of. On the land, we have the county. Understand it is two capacities, two different things. The county is not county of. State is not state of. When you get back to the de jure terminology, the original dialect that is not bifurcated or ruined by the attorneys and the judges with their de facto fictitious language or dialect. You get back to the original dialect of what and the intent that it was supposed to be, you'll find that state was state, not state of. And as we go up and down the ladder of responsibility, the federal was created to protect state of. State of was created to protect county of. County of was created to protect the county. City of. Municipal city of. City of was created to protect the county. The county is where the people's real power, jurisdiction, justification, authority comes from the land, not the fictitious de facto creations in somebody's mind.
All right, now what has happened here, John Q. Public says, I'm getting sick and tired of getting railroaded by these people. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to give up my birth certificate, my Social Security. I'm going to give up all these worldly things that they've sat down and supposedly gave me as a privilege. All right? The moment he turns this stuff up and turns it over, he walks out of the United States. He walks out of the de jure because he gave up his citizenship, thinking he was giving it up out of this side. In reality, he gave it up out of this side. Now that makes him a foreigner, because now we got judges, the moment you turn in your Social Security, you turn in your birth certificate, they now brand you as an illegal alien in this country. You didn't get out of this side, you walked out of this side, and this side we have to stay on. These people have to step into our world to get our money. We have to throw them out of ours, get rid of the state of, get rid of the county of, but you gotta sit down. Get rid of the municipality of, hold the city prosecutor, the county prosecutor, the judges back under this side, on our side for the election side. Once we get them on our side of the fence again, Now we got control of them because now we can sit down and fire them because we just now lost their money because now they have to work on a paycheck. They can no longer sit on Dun and Bradstreet. They can no longer sit on the North American Industrial Classification. They can no longer embezzle federal funding because now it has to come right back into the state, the county, into the municipality. It has to come right back into the people where it belongs. In order to do that, we have to educate you all. Thanks. Guess it out. I appreciate it. You have to get educated in this, and this is part of what we're trying to teach. Back.
I'm going to have one follow-up question on that. You said that the original colonies were actually corporations. Then was the political part that derived from the, in other words, is the corporation senior to the political portions?
I can't hear him.
There was more corporations seen originally, you know, they can't because
All right. The corporate, whenever they created the fictitious entity, and that's what it is, it's fictitious. It's not down on paper anywhere, because if you would go to your Secretary of State and ask them, do you have a listing for the state of California in all capital letters? They're going to tell you it does not exist. Do you have Los Angeles in all capital letters, City of Los Angeles in all capital letters as a corporation? They're going to tell you no, but it is incorporated. All right? Being incorporated means they have a right to self-rule. They have a right to self-government. That means they can set up a city council, they can set up the mayor, they can set up the police department. They're misusing the words of corporations. They're taking it into a business sense in order to make money on the stock market, in order to take the federal funding off the people. This is where we're running into the problem. We're dealing with apples and oranges with these people. We're talking apples and they're running oranges on us.
The corporations are set up in Delaware, but the Delaware corporations have never applied to the states to operate in the specific individual states. I'll say that one more time. They are registered in Delaware as a Delaware corporation, but none of the Delaware corporations in the name of county of, city of, federal of, state of, have ever applied to the individual states on the land, de jure states, to operate in the states. So there is no authority for state of, federal of, city of, to come into your communities and to tell you how to live.
I just wondered, is this microphone on?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. When you were over there, Rod, well, without the microphone, would that, your voice was great enough to be on the still? Good enough?
I believe
Okay.
so.
Okay, fine. Okay, you have a question?